Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the honor to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's preaching this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And I think I'm gonna name this a diabolical plot. I got this article right here, and it says U.S. has 21 trillion underground network for only the wealthy to hide out in near extinction event, official says. All right. So if you're spending $21 trillion on something, right, on this underground thing, which, hey, we know it's a city, they probably got roads down there, all kind of food, what else, internet, anything you can think of, they probably have in this location, because these devils, they're gonna cause all hell, right? To allow these people on Earth to, fucking kill each other, rape each other, rob each other, protest, while they're in this goddamn place right here, Cheyenne Mountain Complex. That's what it says. And I was just saying, I said, man, that's a very diabolical plot, man. For these devils to, do some shit like that. Basically lead the people up here to, fend for themselves. People, like it says, men killing each other because of lack of bread. And they're going to be sitting down here with $1 trillion of food and access to shit, while people are up here starving and got all kind of, fucking diseases and pestilence, And that's why we're going to go dig their ass out them hoes, As prophecy says. But let's read some of this. It says the U.S. have built a secret underground city costing $21 trillion where the ultra wealthy can hide out during a near extinction event, right? And it's just not Elon Musk and Trump and all these. Look, it's a lot of billionaires, okay? It's some billionaires we don't even know about. And also trillionaires, that's invested, on going in these underground bunkers. What was the name of that movie? I think the movie was called 2012 or something like that. But it was like this ark they built, all right, because the earth was about to flood and only the billionaires could fucking get on it. So they show you in the movies, But the same thing right here, same concept. Except what? They're going to be underground. While y'all are up here starving and dying, and clicking up to, take food and shit on some, what you call that show? Always bring it up. Walking Dead type shit, Look, and they're going to be watching it too. They're going to be watching it, right? Because they do have cameras everywhere, They're going to be watching, from their cameras in these bunkers. Like a goddamn, what you call that, reality show. A former government official has claimed, right? Catherine Austin Fitts, who served as Assistant Secretary of Housing of Urban Development under President George W. Bush, made a shocking allegation on former Fox News host Tucker Carlson's podcast, according to Realtor.com. A stunning $21 trillion is unauthorized spending occurred in the department between 1998 and 2015, according to 2017 reported A report released by Michigan State University economist Mark Skidmore reported he had prompt by Fitch referring to a report which indicated the Army had 6.5 trillion in unsupported adjustments or spending in fiscal 2015, giving the Army's 122 billion budget. That meant unsupported adjustments were 54 times spending unauthorized by Congress, and typically such adjustments in public and budgets are only a small fraction uh, of unauthorized spending the report noted. You see, so they're spending trillions, trillions of dollars on this, man. It says, while Tucker Carlson show Fitch said she spent years investigating where the 21 trillion had gone and discovered there were 170 secret underground bases across the U.S. Right? I don't know if you remember, early 2000s, right? Where they used to, people used to record those videos of those big booms at night. But that was them, blowing up these mountains, or blowing holes in these mountains so they can make these underground cities, you know. Let me see, probably read a little bit more of this. It says, one of these things I looked at in the process of looking at where all the money is going is the underground based city infrastructure and the transportation system that's been built, she said. We have built, so basically, right, you probably can travel to California all the way to New York underground, which is probably true because I think I've heard of truckers said, truckers bringing it out on the internet, talking about the underground cities. This is one of the things I looked at in the process of looking at where all the money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and the transportation system that has been built, she said. We have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems, including base and located below oceans, she claims. So that goes into, Bible prophecy, Let's grab that too. Let's go in the book of Amos real quick. Where it happens. Let's go to the book of Amos. I don't remember it by verbatim, but all right, here we go. Right here, this is Amos 9:2. It says, though they dig into hell, like that mountain, right? Then shall my hand take them. And though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. You see? What's that talking about? Those different space stations. You see? It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. You see? So these devils, they got places in the ocean, man. And in these mountains, in different space stations and things like that, man. And they plan on leaving you down here to suffer, or leaving you right here on this soil. I ain't gonna say down there, but leaving you in this soil, on American soil, for y'all to kill each other. Right, then they're gonna bring in those troops, right? And they gonna come in and kill you or put you in camps. Whoever's gonna be on American soil that day, while they still living deliciously. It says, It was not immediately clear where the secret bunkers are located or among the elite might have access to them should disaster strike. It also unknown the scope of bunkers or the features of everyday life. They include the bases will be used in near extinction event, were imminent, or for the government to carry out secret projects, including secret space program. Fitz claim. Let's see. All right, let's into that, man. But let's go to the book of Psalms, right? Salakia. Psalms 37. So, matter of fact, let me just put this in. It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be envious against the workers of iniquity. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right, it's also written in Psalms, that we're gonna put these devils in slavery. You know, it says that the saints be upon their bed with a two-edged sword in their hand, bear their kings and princes and nobles. All right, with feathers arms. I know I mangled it, you know, but you get what I'm saying. That's why you shouldn't be pissed off, man. It says for they should, but but it pisses you off, you know. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the secrets of thy heart. It says, commit thy way unto the Lord, and trust also, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Verse 7, right? This is the main part I want to hit on. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass, right? And what's part of those wicked devices, man? All right, him leaving you, right, down here or on American soil to suffer while they sit in the goddamn bunker, right? And watch you kill yourself, right? This is the book of Revelations, 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat to take peace from the earth, that they shall kill one another, and there shall be given unto him a great sword. You see, and not just him kill, well, what you kill one another too. All right, for the pettiest things, right, all the way to so-called great things, right. I've known of people being killed for a goddamn dollar. But that's how much they have put a value on some goddamn paper, you know. So just imagine when society break down when you don't have anything. You know, you'll kill for a goddamn potato chip. Hell, to sniff a fucking potato chip. It says, uh, when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, lo, a black horse. He sat on him, had a pair of balances in his hand. What does balances represent? Judgment, right? There's going to be a lot of judgment taking place. I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See not thou hurt the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And he followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, with hunger and death, and the beasts of the earth, man. All right, and that's what's going to, take place over here, man. This is the plot, of the wicked, you know. Now let's go back to that 37th chapter, the book of Psalms, which I think that was it to that. Let me make sure though. I really don't have no scriptures lined up either, so just going in the spirit with this. Which is a bad chapter. 2. It says, let's read a little bit more of this. What did I stop off at? Right, cease from anger, forsake the wrath, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. Really, this is a punishment for that, man. You know, you're going to be dealt with because of that. For those who that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Really, because the earth is not yours, bro. You know, it's written in the book of Ezra, the earth was made for our sakes. For yet a little while the wicked shall not be. Yea, though thou shalt diligently consider his place, it shall not be. All right, because the Lord is going to destroy this devil. But the meek shall inherit the earth. Look, because look what he's doing. All right. He shall delight them. They shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. See, but we just reading in Revelation, it says, well, they took peace from the earth. When we ruling, guess what? You won't have no crazy shit like that, man. With this crazy plot of him leaving you down here to die, you kill each other, all right? But he can control the population, all right? And fucking control the food, control the air you breathe. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And that's what he's doing, right? With this crazy plot. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just. So it's all, which the word plot means is a plan. He's planning on how to, exterminate the Israelites or just completely enslave you. He gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall look at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out a sword, have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be an upright conversation. So let me see, I'm probably gonna stop right there too. There's a lot of verses in here. I want to get this to Book of Psalms, Secret Counsel. Because that's who's doing this, these elites. Hear my voice, O Lord, in prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? So in this council, hey, what they're doing, man, they're speaking about how they're gonna, kill us Israelites, or totally subdue the planet and chip everything, right? But with that, what they gonna bring in something called order out of chaos. You see, it says who wilt their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter. And you know how they do that? Through their legislation. You see, that's how they do it, right? It mentions, hold on, let me see something real quick. I think it's policy. Pop up in Daniel, right? Daniel 8 and start from 24. And his power shall be mighty, but out of his own power he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. See, and that's this devil's whole point. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, He shall magnify himself in his heart. Yeah, hey, that's some proud shit, right? For you to try to take an earth that's not yours, all right? You ain't even have no part of creating, right? You want it for yourself, right? You don't got the birthright or nothing, you know. So you got to be proud and hard to do that, man. Then you going around telling people the Most High is white, you know. You're the Most High. You're gonna make America great again, and all this crazy shit. You know, Negroes are we came from monkeys and all this crazy shit. It says, and through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Right? Which that was the point right here. It says through his policy, like I was saying, through his legislation. You see? It says, and stand up against the prince of princes, and he shall be broken without hand. Because at the end of the day, it always ends bad for the bad guy. You know? The bad guy won't make it. That's just the truth. Back to Book of Psalms. Hold on. Verse 4, that they may shoot at the perfect suddenly, and do they shoot at them and fear not. Right? And really, and that's what this is all about, though. You know, you think about it. The things you want ain't just about, the chip, but it's about exterminating Jacob, totally subduing Jacob, because Jacob holds the birthright. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and suddenly they do shoot at him. It says, fear not. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, and they say, who shall see them? See, and that's one of the main reasons they got a problem with us. But even with that, like this is the man of these devils, because they don't think anyone see them. That they're setting up this plot they have. This plan. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, right? And their main plot or their search is what? How they're going to bring in this new world order. How they're going to introduce the chip, How they're going to make man and robot one. See, a very diabolical plan. Says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. You see? It says, but Yahweh shall shoot at them when the arrow, and suddenly they shall be wounded. And they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, right? Oh, well, you know what? That's a perfect example. The lady that was just, that did this interview. You see? I'm pretty sure she was a white woman too. And all that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of Yahweh. For they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad, and the Lord shall trust him. And the righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and the upright shall be glory. So with that, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, the bottom to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace.